Alrighty. Hello guys. I I recently had gynecomastia surgery. I had surgery, geez, I'm not gonna try to do the math on the hours. I had surgery Thursday morning and it is Saturday evening now. So a little bit over 48 hours. And these are just some tips I wanted to share for any men getting gynecomastia surgery in your future to help you with your recovery. These are things that I've just come to learn as I've been going through this journey myself. And I'm going to try to cover the things that you might not know about, and I can only reference what I did and didn't know, right? So obviously I knew the surgery was going to be uncomfortable. I was going to be limited in my abilities, but these are just some of the things that I've run into that I wasn't expecting. Some of them I've been able to solve, and some of them I haven't. So the first thing is a shirt, guys. Your best friend is going to be an oversized button-up shirt like I'm wearing right now. So when I initially got the surgery, I wore a fairly loose-fitting t-shirt, but when you get this compression vest on you guys, you need to come up like 2 or 3 sizes before you can comfortably wear something and it to fit with room. So anything that you would typically wear that fits you reasonably is not going to fit you with this. So I was lucky enough that my father just kind of had some old button-up shirts lying around. He gave me this one, and this is maybe 2 or 3 sizes up than what I would normally wear. And this has been perfect, guys. So if you're going into surgery, I would highly recommend going out and getting an oversized button-up before your surgery for 2 reasons, right? The first one I just covered, your old clothes are not going to fit. And the second one is being able to just undo the buttons and pull it off just like through the side, and instead of the traditional means of putting on a t-shirt, pulling it over your head is huge, guys, because you can't really lift your arms. Like, this is as high as my arms can go right now. So you can imagine the difficulties that would come with trying to bring a shirt over your head. You're not supposed to be lifting your arms above your head at this stage. So this is imperative, guys. And even the sleeves, we just cut off the sleeves on this because I was starting to get some chafing in my armpit on the left side, and we cut off the sleeves. And I think that's the way to go no matter what, just because it gives you some breathability, some more airflow, and makes it more comfortable. So button-up shirt, it's a big one, guys. Make sure you have this. The second one is straws. Now, this is something I didn't anticipate, but we had around the house, which made it easy. Straws are going to be your best friend because, as I mentioned, this is about as high as my arms can go up. So you can imagine the difficulties that come with trying to take a bottle and bring it up to your mouth and, flip it over. It's very difficult. But this is where the straw comes into play, because I can bring the bottle up to here, and then with the straw, I'm able to drink this water easily. There's no pain. I'm not stretching anything. I'm not lifting anything too far. Very easy, very easy. I can't even stress how important this straw is, guys. You're gonna want straws for your recovery. It's very, very important. The next thing I would say is, it's something I don't have, but if I could go back in time, I wish I would have gotten. And that's kind of some form of a claw. When you see people like picking up trash on the side of the road, those little claws. And that's because your range of motion is very limited, right? I can't really like bend down and pick stuff up. It's, like I said, it's very limited. So if you're like watching TV and the remote falls off your lap and on the floor, that's a problem. Or if your phone falls on the floor, that's a problem. So just being able to have a claw that you could just literally claw up the remote. I know it sounds silly. You're gonna thank yourself if you have that. And maybe even get a second one for bathrooms. And again, I know it sounds silly, But when you're using the bathroom, especially when you're doing number two, and your pants are like on the ground around your ankles, it's pretty difficult, at least for me, and it's probably going to be the same for most men, to like get a grip of your pants to start to pull them back up again. So I think just having a claw where you can just kind of use the claw to get your pants up to your knees or something, or in a range where it's more accessible for you to comfortably grab, would be a big difference maker in your surgery. And the last thing, guys, and this one's probably obvious, but I do want to stress the importance of it, is don't go through the surgery alone if you can help it. I understand not everybody has a family member or a spouse or a friend who can help them through this, and they have to go through it alone. And it is possible. I do know that plenty of men have gone through it, but it's a challenging surgery to get through, guys, just because of how limited your motion is. And I think it's hard to comprehend just how difficult it is to live with like restricted arms. I mean, even like opening the fridge is difficult. Opening a water bottle can be hard sometimes, because every upper body movement you do is connected to the chest in some way, and these muscles are just so sensitive right now that it could be hard to do a lot of simple things, guys. And the last thing you want to do is hurt yourself. Excuse me, burping. Last thing you want to do is hurt yourself trying to like pull something open, or and just push your muscles way too hard. And even I think at first, getting into bed, getting out of bed, standing up, it's going to be a lot better if you can have someone to put a hand behind your back and aid you getting up, or help you get situated in bed. If you can, definitely have someone to help you. You're gonna want it, and I think ideally a spouse. My parents have been helping me out through this surgery, and I'm definitely very grateful and blessed for that. But it would be nice to have a significant other for more of the personal parts of it, right? Maybe some of you guys are comfortable with like your parents helping you pull up your pants after you poop or help you shower. That's not something I'm really comfortable with, but if you are, that's great. I think that's where the spouse would come into play, because going to the bathroom number two can be a little difficult. And I'm not trying to make jokes or get too gross, but this is a real problem. It's something you will experience when you have this surgery. Is wiping is pretty difficult, because you need to obviously bring your hand back a little bit and put it underneath your butt, and that's a difficult and uncomfortable movement to do when you just had this surgery. And like I said, pulling up your pants and getting them up to the top, and you being able to pull them up to your waistline and not have them all bunched up or tangled. It's not as easy as it sounds when your arms are this limited, guys. And like I said, I know it sounds silly, but it is a problem you're going to encounter. And I will be showering tomorrow for the first time, but I know the shower is going to be difficult to do on my own as well. So I think a spouse would be your best option, or a significant other would be your best option for this surgery if you can. And those are really the only tips I have, other than the standard stuff of taking it easy, but that's, everybody knows that stuff. But these are just some tips that I found out the hard way. And if there's any men watching this who are about to get surgery who find this video helpful, that's all that matters, right? If this video can help one person, it was worth making. And if there's anybody watching this going into surgery who may have any questions or any concerns going in, by no means am I an expert, but I have been through it, so I do have some idea of how it works. But I'm more than happy to help anybody. I know how troubling this condition is. I know how scary this surgery is. I've been there. I get it. So please, if you have any questions, ask, please.